All right, so I was doing what everybody does when they open Snapchat is I was seeing what I was doing in years past on today.
Honestly, I try to avoid that as much as possible because it's highly embarrassing for me.
It's quite embarrassing, but also it's like, look how far I've come. But this is quite literally the opposite because a year ago on my Snapchat, I guess I posted a photo because a man had sent me 2 different types of vibrators and lube, and I was like, why do men keep sending me sex toys? Where today, present day, I got ghosted by a 5'9" man. So, how the tables have turned.
Oh, how the tables have turned. That's hilarious, actually. You know what's actually funny about that, too, is, like, literally the other day, like, it's literally not like I'm fucking anybody right now, like, consistently, and there's zero fucking reason I should do this, but I just felt like buying some new lingerie. I was like, you know what? It's been a minute. And, like, I don't know, something about it just, like, makes me feel sexy.
Yeah, I feel like every time that I've ever bought lingerie, it was never while I was with somebody. Like, I feel like I always buy it when I'm kind of, like, not fucking. Because it's almost like, all right, girl, like, let's start feeling ourselves again.
Like, let's start looking hot again. And, like, I don't know. I literally was, like, I looked everywhere. I was looking on, like, fucking Nasty Gal. Because I literally Googled because, like, best places to get lingerie right now. Like,
where did you get it from?
Okay, this is embarrassing, but Shein. Because listen, I know down. I know, not it. But the only reason I got it there was because everywhere else is like lingerie was not it.
Really?
Literally not
I
it.
haven't looked
like
forever.
It was
like on a
quite
website.
Literally shit. Like not it at all. Because I was like, I looked at Nasty Gal and like Boohoo and like all those like Misguided and stuff. Because like literally I was like, those are the best places to get it. Everything was so basic. Then I looked at like Fenty by Rihanna.
Yeah.
And then
that's where all of my lingerie is from, Fenty.
But either it was like overly like too much for me. It was like all neon colors.
Ooh, yeah.
Or it was like too like not sexy.
A lot of their
very,
stuff
like, basic.
Too. Yeah, a lot of their stuff too. So like the pieces that I've gotten from them that I really like are all like not like obscure, but they're like not traditional like lingerie pieces, and I really like them. But I will say they do have a lot of like pajama-esque lingerie, not as much like sexy.
See, and that's what it was. It wasn't like and it was okay. I also like the lingerie that I got was like just like new like bra and panty like sets.
Okay,
it wasn't like the clothing. I would never buy that off Shein. No, but like I'm more like the lacy like bra and like panty set is like what I was going for. Yeah, and like it was either just like too much was happening or it was like not like sexy.
Yeah,
so like that's why I didn't get there. And then honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Victoria's Secrets was ass.
Okay, well, when we went to Victoria's Secret a few weeks ago, they only had one size of bra in the entire store.
Literally, the entire store.
A 32D. That was all that they had.
That's it. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. It was like...
And they had bins on bins on bins of it.
It felt not real. But yeah, they've just been not hitting the mark recently.
I know. So that's why I was like, I don't know. And then I literally saw one set that I liked on Shein and I was like, who cares? And honestly, since it was like just like the bra and underwear set, I was like, you're not gonna have that on very long,
right?
So like, who cares?
Fuck it.
I don't know, but interesting that you fucking found that. And the other day, I was just like, probably like, I don't say it was probably like 11:30 at night. Horny ass Kellen, like, I'm gonna buy some fucking lingerie. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad.
I'm naked. Hold on. We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
Okay, well, everybody, if you are new to Society 7,
welcome.
Every single month we like to start the month off with a monthly mayhem, which is basically a recap of celebrity and influencer like news and gossip from the month before.
Yeah.
As we're starting to like evolve through our style of podcasting, we realized that's not really our style anymore, but we still enjoy doing it because it's something that Emily and I enjoy talking about and like all that kind of good stuff. So we still want to include it, but we're going to try to do it a little bit differently this week.
Yeah, this one won't be as in-depth of a synopsis of every single thing that happened.
Yeah.
We're just going to kind of pick like 3 to 4 like major things that went on and kind of just like talk more lighthearted about it and less like, here's exactly what happened. We're just gonna kind of shoot the shit about it.
Oh yeah, agreed. And it's actually gonna be like our opinion, so maybe not even factual based, but
yeah. So if you don't like it, then we don't care.
Well, we do care to hear it, but like
our opinions.
Oh, I thought you meant like if they liked the episode.
No, if you don't like our opinions, then don't listen. Like, I don't care. It's our show. Fuck off.
Be nice. Oh my god. Okay, well, starting out with, top tier men out here, ASAP Rocky cheating on Rihanna, that whole scandal that happened. It's still not confirmed or denied if he truly did cheat on her, according to Rihanna.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't happen.
It was like a whole like it kind of
just fucking bugged.
Yeah, there's a gnat in the studio right now, and it's
killing the vibe.
It's being a guest. It's our surprise guest. But yeah, the ASAP Rocky and Rihanna cheating thing, like that kind of like popped off. I want to say more towards the beginning of this month, and it was very random. Like the accusation was coming from like a shoe designer. I don't know. I honestly don't really know the details. All I know is Rihanna denied that it happened.
But truthfully, if I was in her position, I'd be denying that it happened too, because like she's literally about to give birth to his baby. Yeah. So like honestly, going back to last week's episode, be fucking delusional. I would be delusional in this situation. Be like, I'm about to have your kid. Like,
yeah, I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I don't have time for this. I don't got time for the stress. Like, if you did or you didn't, we'll deal with it later. But like present day, cannot be bothered. Yeah. Because like that's like ass. Honestly, it's like fucking Chloe and Tristan or whatever. Like literally like the day she gives birth.
And everybody's like, well, why did you like allow him to like blah blah blah? It's like at the end of the day, he's still the father of your kid. Yeah. Like you can't just like, I don't know, harp on her too much for that, because it's like it's her fucking kid's dad. Like of course he's gonna have to like be involved and like do shit. So whatever. I don't really know what happened with all that, but I mean, if you thought that was gonna be stressful on a pregnancy, the next thing that ASAP Rocky kind of got tied up in would say arguably a little bit more high stakes.
Well, honestly, in this situation, like this is something to really worry about. Over like a cheating scandal. Right. Like man got fucking arrested for allegedly shooting somebody. Yeah. Multiple times.
Yeah. So I guess ASAP Rocky and Rihanna were like on vacation like in the Barbados, which is like where Rihanna's family is from. And they were like coming back to America. And I guess like the police worked with like customs agents to basically arrest ASAP Rocky as soon as he touched down in America at LAX.
That's like movie type shit.
I know, right? Like it's giving like like Hollywood.
Yeah, literally movie type shit.
And like so I guess they arrested him in connection with a shooting that had happened like back in November. I don't know really much details. Like we read a couple of articles about it, but I mean, that man was in jail for 3 hours and then he was released on bond. So I don't know how much proof that they have in it. I don't know, but
I don't know either, because like truthfully, even like, okay, as someone that has such stature, like he has privilege to get out of prison. Jail, like he has the money, he has all that kind of connections, whatever. But like,
but also because of that, he's also a huge flight risk, especially since he just was in another country. Like, so that's another reason that like bail wouldn't have been like given to him. Yes. Like if they had actual proof to like hold him. You know what I mean?
Because also this person's claiming that he like shot him multiple times and like actually grazed his like wrist or something, something on his arm. So it's like, if that was like truly like
or like if there was documented proof of it.
At 3 hours, you wouldn't be getting out. I don't care who you are. Like if you literally shot somebody. Yeah. And they like
if there was like
at the same time though, like considering the way he got arrested was like such Hollywood behavior. Like
you would think that there was a little bit more like that they had on means to arrest him in
because like
place.
Why else would it be so like dramatic?
I don't know. This sounds like an episode of Law and Order. To me.
Dun.
Yeah.
Or is that SV? What is that?
It's Law and Order. Okay. But it's like in SVU.
Sure it was like CSI or whatever.
Dun.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Anyway, talking about shitty
legal situations. Good God. So, yeah, literally shitty people. We'll get into that in a bit. But so, yeah.
No pun intended.
I mean, I think if you're on any part of the internet right now, especially TikTok, you've been seeing stuff about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp legal situation. So, if you don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to give about a 2-second overview of what happened because truthfully, I don't even know that much about it. But essentially, Amber Heard back in 2018 had an op-ed with the Washington Post where she was making claims of sexual abuse. She didn't specifically cite that it was from Johnny Depp, but the timeline that she mentioned in the article coincided with her and Johnny Depp were married.
Okay.
So that came out, and then after that, it's just like, I don't know, Hollywood and everything deemed Johnny Depp as a quote wife beater. And so at the time he was doing a movie, it was like the Harry Potter like spinoff or whatever, that's like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, whatever. And he was like a lead actor in that, and because of all these allegations coming out, and Warner Brothers, which is like the company that like the production company of that, ended up cutting their contract with him and like kicking him out of the movie franchise. And since then he's like not been able to land like like major acting gigs.
That's interesting because like honestly before this whole trial I would have forgotten about Johnny Depp.
I thought he retired. If we're being quite honest,
like literally I would have like, I haven't seen or heard from him, and you know, like he would call me, but
like I didn't even know like who this woman was until this all came out, and then I realized that she's like the co-star, the co-lead in like the Aquaman movies.
Yeah,
like she's the girl.
I feel like she's
the girl, Aqua Girl.
Yeah, she's like the co-star in a lot of movies, is what I'm finding out.
Yeah.
Like, but still, like, yeah, I honestly thought Johnny Depp, like, I didn't know.
I didn't either. And like, I didn't even know like any of this was going on. But anyway, so because of that, he's lost a lot of opportunities in his career. And so now he is in an active lawsuit against Amber Heard claiming defamation and was like seeking $50 million essentially. And so this whole trial has been going on for 3 weeks so far. And I think next week is when Amber Heard stands to testify. Johnny Depp was this past week was testifying. So who knows where this is going to end up. I don't really have an opinion on it because like I think domestic assault on either end is very serious, and like I don't know these people or anything enough to like make an opinion on
definitely
it.
The only thing that I would say is that it definitely seems like it came from both sides.
Exactly.
Like that's the only thing. I don't think one is right over the other. I think it takes a lot to stand up on both sides regardless. Like I mean, she literally shit in this man's bed. That's the only thing I like really know about this whole situation. Like that's a little crazy, but like that's crazy. Yeah. That's like, to me, that's like, you know. Yeah. But I guarantee he's not a saint either because like he's like, all I know about him too is that like he's a drug addict. Yeah. And he's been since he's been a little boy, because I'm pretty sure like I saw something about how his mom had pills from like a surgery or something, you know, and that's when he like started. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. But I thought we would make this funny because this is really serious and sad and fucked up for both ends. So, you know what? Since I'm no legal expert, I thought we would talk about all the funny shit that's been going on during this trial.
He's been funny as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So, one of the first things that had happened that kind of like went viral was an attorney asked him, and it was like, the question was, how many movie franchises have you been in? And he's sitting there and he's mathing really hard. Like you can tell he's like really thinking about it. And he goes, Alice in Wonderland and he starts laughing. And then he's like, I honestly like, I don't watch the movies that I'm in. and then the whole like court starts laughing or whatever. And then he goes, actually, wait, what was the question again? Like it was just like stuff like that where it's like, this man is like, That's like when you know you're fucking famous. Like, I don't even know how many movies I've been in. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have no idea.
But also it's like his job, right? Like, it's to the point where it's like, I mean, that'd be like asking you how many times you've gone into your office. Yeah. Like, I don't fucking know every day.
I just thought it was funny, like, of all the movies he's in Alice in Wonderland. Where he's like the Mad Hatter. Like, what?
Of course you're the craziest one there.
Yeah. And another, like, big thing that's kind of been going viral is just, like, Heard's defense team. It's like Johnny Depp cannot get 3 words in without her like lead attorney just standing up and being like, objection, hearsay, like, and then it's gotten to the point.
Didn't he say the one time when he was like, are you gonna say objection if I start to answer? Like, didn't he like literally troll her?
He's done that a few times to the attorney, and then at one point he says something, and then before the defense can even say hearsay, he goes, wait, I think that was hearsay, was that right? And then the audience, the audience, what do you call them? The courtroom. I guess the people in the courtroom.
The jury?
No, like just the people like watching.
Okay.
And so they started laughing, and then he goes, see, I'm learning. And like it's just like he's been like making a joke out of like all of it, which like I think to a point it's like you kind of have to laugh at some of it.
Also to him, like he might be at a point too with all of this that like you're just done, like mentally, physically, whatever. And it becomes a point like I know for myself when like you're in that position, you're just kind of like, okay, like
I don't fucking
like I can't even like give this any energy anymore, so I'm gonna make a joke of it.
Yeah.
And also it might just be his personality.
Oh, I think it definitely is, and it's like I think that was another thing that has been kind of shown to the jury is like he had kind of said that how like he was never able to get a word in their relationship. Like she was always like very like quick to cut him off and whatever, and her defense team is doing exactly that. Like he can't even say anything without them stopping him, and so that was like. You can just see the differences. Like Johnny Depp's like legal team is very laid back. They're very chill, and he's that way. She's like, I think very type A, very like to the point, and they're like that. So it's just you can kind of see the dynamic. But then another thing, he's been doodling like the past couple of days. Like he's like drawing, and there's like
what in the courtroom?
Yeah.
Like it's like almost like you're at a lecture hall and you're like drawing smiley faces.
Yeah, but it's funny because like the cameraman like. For a while it just looked like he was like taking like detailed notes, like this man was focused, like taking notes. Then he slides his drawing over to his attorney puts his he like sees it, puts his glasses on, looks at it, and then they both start smiling and laughing, and he's like so proud of his drawing. Like he's like kind of like showing him, the attorney's like
Wait, that's so funny.
No, the clip is hilarious because like you can't see what it is until he slides it, and then the camera zooms in
on it
on the drawing, and then it shows like the attorney like kind of chuckling, and then Johnny's like he looks like a proud kid, like he just showed his parents like
he
his
just like
art
he's
project.
like put it on your fridge.
Yeah, exactly. like he's like
great.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
but I guess there's been like this like muffin thing that keeps getting brought up, and like how the psychiatrist who like diagnosed Amber Heard with like bipolar whatever, there's something came up of like her husband like making muffins for like Amber Heard or something, and she's like, that's not true. Like I don't know, something about muffins just keeps getting thrown up, and so the drawing is like a muffin man.
Stop.
So like that's what it was.
The best part about it too is like he's online with the trolls, and he's like, keep it up.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Like honestly, all it's doing is making him look like a human being, like a normal person.
But do you think that this is either his personality, which partly probably, but do you also think this is like their like way of showing like this?
I think it's both.
Because she's in there looking like, honestly, every single thing I've seen of her, she looks crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, but also regardless, like that's where the internet's going to portray her right now.
Yeah.
Even if she cracks a smile, they're never going to show that. I completely understand that.
Right.
But like, she just looks like she is like either pissed or just she's not having a good time.
You're right.
And he's out here just like doodling muffins. Like,
yeah. No, like that's, and I think it's like a strategic on his defense or on his like a legal team, but I also think like he's truly just like that guy. Like I don't think he's the type, like I think his like personality is very like go with the flow, I don't really care, which can be a fucking annoying to, especially like as a partner. I'm like, have a fucking opinion, like just
and
something.
Also for her who seems very type A,
right
like
that
so
could
like
get, like,
that
a bad
I wonder how
dynamic.
they even got to like marriage.
I don't
like,
know.
Did they get married after like 3 months knowing each other? Because like
I don't know, but their marriage didn't last long at all. Like
well,
I don't know
obviously,
much about these people.
They look like very different individuals.
Yeah, completely. And then I mean the last thing to just Kellen mentioned it earlier, but the poop in the bed, like that's like a whole meme at this point.
Yeah. No.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, essentially, there was a moment when the two of them were living in separate houses at the time, and I guess Amber Heard came over to Johnny Depp's apartment, took a shit in his bed, and then like left. And I guess Johnny Depp was on the way to Coachella or something, and like his housekeeper like sent him a photo of like the shit in the bed, and basically was like, I just wanted to let you know, like, this is what I found when I was cleaning your house today. And he basically, like, he said at first, like, he just laughed because he was like, this is so fucking obscene. Like, I don't know how else to react but just to fucking laugh about it.
Honestly, okay, what would you do if you, like, either housekeeper sends it to you or, like, you walk in and there's shit in your bed? Like, what's your reaction?
I think it would be like a double take. Like I would be like, wait, what? Like I think I'd
You're
be like,
good eye.
Like, yeah. I think I would literally like lift the covers up, be like, what the fuck, and then put it down and be like, that cannot be real. Like I would think it was like a prank. Like,
but like the
fake
smell
poop.
has to like.
That's true, because apparently it was like kind of like diarrhea.
Stop.
But also, can you imagine like?
I can't even imagine shitting in somebody's bed. Like
the squatting that would be required to like hold your body
the
up
act of
to
just
like
doing that is baffling in itself.
Also,
let
like,
alone finding it.
If you were to do it, I feel like maybe like heat of the moment, you're so angry you just do it. But I feel like immediately after you'd be like, what the fuck did I do? You'd be cleaning it up, like throwing it away. Like I don't think a normal thinking person would do that and be like, leaving it and just walk away.
But I also don't think a normal thinking person would just shit in a bed.
I don't.
There's
either.
never not once have I thought about. No, I said that really wrong.
Never not once have I thought about.
Yeah,
no, you said that right.
Yeah, no, not one time in my entire life have I ever thought about getting revenge on someone by shitting in their bed.
Right, like
that's actually like you deserve jail time just for that in itself.
I think that is like even more like psychotic than like keying somebody's car, because like that is like your one place in your whole life that's like your comfort space.
Honestly,
your place of peace. You're resting every night and you shit on it. You literally introduce chaos to a place that should never have chaos.
Like I would equivalent that to somebody like using my toothbrush.
In their butthole though, like not even just using
I don't even care. No, I'm just saying using it because
butt.
It doesn't matter. The fucking toothbrush is now yours. Like,
right, it's like
that's
intimate,
just so gross.
It's like such like an intimate space, and then you like just defecate in it. That is disgusting.
Yeah, like that's like actually repulsive. Like I genuinely don't even know how I would react because
I would
had to throw my bed away. Like I genuinely think I would need a whole new bed, new sheets, new everything. Like I just couldn't. Ew.
And then like after that, I guess like she was like, oh, it's just a prank. Like and
it's just a prank?
Yeah, like that's what she was like. She was like, oh, it's just a harmless little prank. Like that, it was like a weird thing. And then I guess
that's not a prank.
And then I guess like her defense team had like brought up like I think it was like his bodyguard or something who was like being cross-examined, or like the doorman or something, and being like, because I guess she had said that Johnny like took a piss just in like the middle of the house or something one time, and like they were asking him and he's like, no, that never happened. And he's like, but you did see him with his penis out or whatever. And he was like, I would probably remember if I saw Johnny Depp's penis. And then Johnny Depp starts dying laughing, and like, everybody in the court starts laughing. The judge is like, order in the court.
I mean, probably memorable regardless.
Right?
Like, I feel like that's an extremely memorable moment.
Oh my God. Could you imagine like you're like the bodyguard, or like you probably already deal with like so much weird shit all the time, like just dealing with celebrities in general, but you're just standing there and a man just sits in the middle of the room, just whips out his dick and starts peeing on the floor. Like you would remember that.
That is a core memory at this point. Like that's not something you ever that's literally like us going on the walk the other day and that homeless guy was just peeing.
We were going on
we were on a hot girl walk,
and we were walking essentially like downtown Nashville. It was across the street from the Capitol, and it's at the
right next to T-Pack, if you know what that is, Tennessee for Performing
yeah.
Whatever.
It's like, I forgot what that museum thing is called. It's like the military whatever fucking museum.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's like a pretty scene. Like there was all of these people taking like prom photos. It was like just this gorgeous day. Like people were in like full glam taking photos, doing all this stuff. And this homeless man.
Okay, so Emily and I are like walking up the stairs, and there's like 2 gardens with like trees in them and beautiful flowers and all of this, and like of course like a rock like where you can like kind of sit, you know what I'm saying? And then that like looks up to this like beautiful like building, right? And that's where like all the people are taking their prom pictures and whatever. So Emily and I are walking up these stairs, and I literally genuinely I thought it was a fountain at first,
because there are 2 fountains, but they weren't turned on.
Right, but the thing is like you and I walked there a decent amount. Like, I just like never like recognized that sound before. So I'm like looking around.
I'm like, oh, they turned the fountains on. Great.
And like this is the side that Emily isn't able to see very well on either. So I literally that's like the best part. So I like look over, I see this homeless man's penis and just fucking all of this pee just coming out of his dick. And then I'm like, he's peeing. And then you couldn't see him right away because that's your fucking bad eye. So then you like, the whole ass head turn. You start dying. We're both laughing. Now we're laughing while walking past people in their prom dresses. They probably think we're laughing at them.
Yeah, they thought we were like making fun of them. But in reality, like
not one person but us saw this man's penis. And there was a whole ass like, no, it wasn't a whole ass. That was me being dramatic. It was like 2 like people walking. They were like definitely an older couple walking towards him. Yeah. Didn't even know. And then they ended up like just strolling around that area that he was fucking peeing. Like it was the most absurd thing I've ever experienced.
And like we both had to take a moment where we were like, did that really
that
just
was like
happen?
a real, and honestly we were in like the middle of a pretty like in-depth like conversation just like about life. Like it was actually pretty serious. Like we were just, you know, in our fields on this walk, and then this fucking homeless man is urinating on.
And not like you guys, there was no tree, there was no thing that he was standing behind. This was like
out in the open,
nothing to hide.
He was peeing out. He was peeing on the rock that like you would sit on if you're like sitting by the garden. So like that also is now a red flag to my life, where it's like never sit on those things.
And then he proceeded to just sit back down like beside his piss.
Yes. Well, he actually went to the other side.
Okay.
He went to the other garden side because he was like, and he knows he just fucking
he marked his territory.
Let it go.
And then
went like he owns that rock now. But like around all these gorgeous, like, you know, high schoolers,
like pretty like dresses, like they were definitely like full glam, and then this homeless man just takes a fucking piss.
Nobody else noticed but us. And that was okay. So like that's what I'm saying. Core fucking memory. Yeah. You would remember, and especially Johnny Depp's penis. You're remembering it,
right? Exactly.
I remember a homeless man's dick.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Riddle me that one.
All right, well, that's enough talking about a homeless man's peens. Let's get back to another thing that I truly could not escape for the first, or I guess the last 2 weeks. Yeah.
Is Coachella.
Coachella, which essentially has just been an excuse for influencers to complain about their lives.
Yeah, because I saw nothing good come out of this.
No, like
they're all ungrateful for being there.
I saw like 2 influencers who I follow on TikTok who were like, this was the coolest thing I've ever like, and also they're just like seem like just such good people, like humble people that it's like I don't think at any level of fame they would say anything like snobby, like that's just not who they are. Besides them, nobody had anything good to say about Coachella, about Revolve Fest, about anything.
I mean, like literally Revolve Fest is like being deemed as like Firefly 2.0. Firefest, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Firefly. That's literally in my area at home. That's like a fucking festival.
I was like, I didn't know if that was like another thing that was like a shitty thing.
No. It literally, that's like a music festival like in my area where I grew up. So it just like came off the dome, but I meant to say Firefest.
No, yeah, Fire Festival 2.0. Yeah, literally, like, I mean, it sounded like, also I think these are a bunch of very privileged people complaining about like things, so it's like take it with a grain of salt, but it did sound terrible.
But it also how privileged were they when you saw like, I saw a couple influencers that were like jokingly making TikToks about how like they're just like sitting around and like how lame it is, and like just like whatever, making fun of people who are like
paying to be there,
who are like micro influencers. Yeah, so it's kind of like, unless they paid to be there, then like that's completely different, but I don't think that these people did.
No.
So it's like that's the like be grateful and be humble about the fact that like you're there and you're not
Right.
paying for it, or like whatever, like you were invited, whatever it is. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I just kind of like, meh.
It'd be different if it was like they were there and like they got like flown out to be there and like paid to be there, whatever, and then like they were treated just awful by like
Right.
whoever was hosting them. But that wasn't the case. It was like what had
They were just
happened.
talking shit about Coachella.
And about like how it wasn't exclusive enough for their liking. Basically, they were like, you know, like I'm like a top influencer, so why are all these micro influencers here? And it's like, just like take the L. Like if you had a bad time, have a bad time, that's fine. I think a lot of times like influencers are put in a position where their fans, I guess, feel like you can't complain because like this is your job and like you should be happy, like blah blah blah. And it's like we complain about our jobs all the time. And I think that's valid, like complain if it's like you've had a shit day or whatever. But the things they were complaining about weren't valid things to complain about.
Especially when you're like at a festival in the desert, like
it's not gonna be glitz and glam.
Yeah.
Like it's in the fucking middle of nowhere.
I'm saying like that's not actually work. Mm-hmm. Like it might be like that might be their job, correct, and like more power to them. Like kudos to you. Yeah. But like that's not actually work. Like you're not actually going to like your Target job and you're a cash register and you dealt with mean people all day. Like, or like if they even had like a terrible experience with like, like you said, their brand that they were working with, or like somebody there was like just out of pocket. Yeah. But like, no.
Yeah, like the complaints weren't about that.
No.
It was like literally complaining that like the event wasn't exclusive enough.
Yeah, it wasn't to their liking.
But it's like it's a public thing. Like you can't.
But honestly, like, so this whole month it's just been about Coachella for them. And honestly, it's just... Basically, it just showed me that, like, it's really just for influencers because all of the celebrities came in, like, cool girl outfits and they just looked chill and they were having, like, a fun time. Also, now, granted, they're, like, backstage doing, like, different things because, like, I mean, Hailey Bieber and, like, Justin Bieber are not going to be out where, like, freaking Cody Ko is. Love Cody, but, like, just different, like, levels of fame. And, like, so I get that, but they just came in, like, cool girl, like, enjoyed the experience, had a great time. And then you had people who were, like, micro-influencers. Cody Ko is not a micro-influencer, but like, you know.
But even like people like Cody like had nothing bad to say.
No.
Like it was like these girls who like
I just used him as being like influencer versus top celebrity. Yeah, no, totally. That's all.
But
we literally would walk on the ground that he lays out for us if possible.
I would literally kiss the floor Cody and Noelle walked on.
Yeah, like, literally. Like that I didn't mean it in a bad way. So please do
I
not
would
take
shit
it
in
that way.
Anybody's bed if they told me to, honestly.
Yeah. To be friends with them? Yeah. Literally,
You want me to go shit in your ex's bed? I'm on it.
I'm on it. Say less, bitch. Give me some dairy.
Yeah.
I'm up in this bitch.
I was about to say, pass me a fucking laxative and let's go.
Okay, ew, anyway.
But yeah, like it was definitely like the people who have been famous for like 2 seconds who had the most shit to say.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like Revolve Fest, honestly, was like a really confusing thing. And if you want us to explain it, we don't even know.
I literally don't know what it is.
I really think, to my understanding, Revolve Fest like happened like the day before Coachella, correct?
I think so.
Or like the day that like Coachella started and it was like a little exclusive thing.
To Coachella,
yeah,
basically.
and like I know that Post Malone was there. I guess like every person that's ever worked with Revolve was there because I even know this like micro influencer in Nashville that ended up going to Revolve Fest. So like,
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So if you work under like Revolve, you have like a partnership with them. I'm assuming you got to go to Revolve Fest.
Yeah.
So no matter how big or small.
Yeah, because they also invited people who literally just had like, use my discount code.
Yes, like everyone was invited. But then I also think like only their top people actually got like passes and like for like all of Coachella.
And other than paid to be there. Because everybody got invited, but they weren't paid to be
exactly,
there.
But like everybody else was just like you could go to it because this girl literally only went to Revolve Fest, didn't go to Coachella.
Yeah.
And she just like said like they were like in a house at Palm Springs or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, it was weird.
It was confusing. It was like a lot happening at one time, but it was literally like Comic-Con for influencers.
It really was. It really was. Honestly, I'm over Coachella. I think I am every year. I feel like it's lost that like a couple of years ago it was like the it thing, and I just think it isn't that
especially
anymore.
Now like post pandemic, like a lot of artists like haven't had their own tours yet, so it's kind of like, why would I want to start my like tour at Coachella.
Or stop my tour.
Yeah.
To go to Coachella.
To go to Coachella. Like, I feel like Coachella is a good, like, end. Like, you've done your whole tour. I'm closing out my year with Coachella.
Or even, like, you're starting it, but, like, you've already planned your whole year around doing this.
Yeah.
Where, like, this year, that wasn't necessarily the case because it's, like, I'm on my own tour because I haven't done it for 2 years.
Exactly.
Like, Harry Styles isn't about to, like, stop his tour.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or did he?
He did.
Well, that was a bad example. This is how much I don't care about
Justin
Coachella.
Bieber, he didn't stop his tour.
Yeah, but he was there.
Yeah, but he didn't perform. Like,
That's
you know what
true.
I'm saying?
That's
like,
true.
he's like, he could have easily, especially with all the hype that he's getting right now because he was
of his
on
stomping.
tour.
Yeah.
I mean, the stomping alone is selling out arenas, people.
That's gotta stop. That's gotta end. It's gotta stop now.
It's like, I normally...
How does Haley not have a fucking ick from
ick?
that? And, like, at that point, you gotta tell your husband, like, this isn't it. But she's like proud of him
she's
for
like
it.
such a like cheerleader like
Yeah.
wife though. You know what I mean? Like, I think to her it's like she's just so happy that he does what he loves, and
Yeah.
she just can't see how icky it is when he's stomping across the stage with his hand up like this. It's bad.
You have to see it. You have to see it as icky. I'm sorry.
And also, like, all the fucking memes and shit about it. It's like, at some point, you're like, okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. Also, wait. Speaking of Justin Bieber, have you heard this song that he has not come out to say that it's like a joke or not, and so people are so confused. But they think he's trolling.
Where he's like talking. It's like a talking song. I did hear that, but
it's called I Feel Funny.
I genuinely could not listen to it because it was so cringy.
Well, okay, and the thing is, it's very like, it sounds like it would be like something that like TMG would make like, as a joke. But he's not come out to say, like, this is a joke.
And he's a very serious person with everything he does.
Yes. And so it's so weird. Like, it's the weirdest
Did you
thing.
listen to it?
Oh, yeah.
What's it like?
It's
Do you
like,
kind of like remember at least like the gist of it? Because I honestly, I heard about like 2 seconds of it and I was like, I cannot listen to this. It's very cringy. And I got secondhand embarrassment.
I'm gonna look up the lyrics because I don't want to get it wrong. Okay, this is the part. It's the very beginning of the song, but this is the part on TikTok that everybody's been using and being like, "What the fuck, Justin? Like, what is this?" But it starts out and it's like, "This shit dicey. You entice me. What's your sign? I'm a Pisces.
That's the only part I heard.
Please don't spite me. Please no fighting. I don't got energy. Please just hype me. Bills on bills. I want to make them. All these hearts, I used to break them. But I've settled down. Yeah, I found the pocket. I hold the game, and I won't drop it." Like, that's it. And then the rest of it is, I feel funny. I feel funny. I feel funny. Laugh it up, chuckles. I feel funny. I feel funny. I feel funny. Laugh it up, chuckles. That's the whole song.
What the fuck?
And people are like, is he trolling us?
Was he like high when he like released this, or
I
like?
think there's a music video and everything. So it's like, it's a whole production. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean?
He's having like a Kanye moment, like mental, just what
like
the fuck is happening?
A break.
Like what is that?
No, like
I literally heard up into the Pisces.
Because Cole Bennett directed it.
Dude,
who's like does
I know.
videos for like everybody.
I heard up to the Pisces part and I said, I have seen all I need to see here, and I kept scrolling because I was embarrassed. And I honestly too at the same time I didn't necessarily believe that it was Justin Bieber doing it because
I
thought
it was like, you know how there's so many people who sound just like
well,
him?
like not
That's
even
what I
that, but
thought
like
it was.
also the way of technology and like the way you can like move stuff and like auto tune, like you could easily make it sound like he did that.
It's giving like serial killer. Justin Bieber shares goofy rap parody song, but he hasn't said that it's that. Like,
no.
Anyways, if you haven't heard it, look it up. It's quite possibly the weirdest thing I've ever heard that he's created.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, who knows, but that just made me think of that because you're like, we're like, he's like he's back on top of his game, and then he does this. I'm like, what? I'm confused.
And honestly, like I go through like phases of thinking that Justin Bieber is like super hot, and I want to like be with him, but then it's also like then he does stuff like this and I'm like, what is wrong with you, bro? Yeah. What? But like, to be fair,
a child
Hailey Bieber is my fucking muse. I wish I could be this bitch.
Oh, same.
Like, I'm actually getting lip injections tomorrow based off of this when this podcast comes out, and I'm taking a picture of Hailey Bieber. Like,
Every
I
haircut,
love her.
Literally every hairstyle that I've had in the past year, I always show a picture of her, or I love Sophia Richie's hair. It's like one of the two.
Yeah, like
but they're very similar in their like aesthetics.
No, I want to be her. I want to dress like her. I want her face. I'm not gonna get cheek filler because that's when it gets real. But like, I would die to be her. Yeah. For a day.
Yeah.
Not even I don't even want Justin.
No,
I just want to be her.
That. I just want
she's
her
like,
life.
oh, she's so cool, and her style and everything. Chef's kiss. Chef's motherfucking kiss, baby. Okay, but on the flip side of all of this, drama, we have Jada Smith and Will Smith. Apparently, Jada files for divorce. Now, there's actually no real like legal thing saying that she actually filed for divorce. So disclaimer on that.
Okay.
But I found some information of kind of like sources say type stuff.
Right.
Honestly.
Objection. Hearsay.
Honestly, I think that Jada's a fucking bitch. And I'm going to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her. Mm-hmm. I don't like her one bit because she has a show called Red Table Talk. Yeah. And basically, I guess, has been saying how like they've been more rockier now since of the slap that happened at the Academy Awards with Chris Rock, which is like crazy. Like your husband literally just like stuck up for you and completely destroyed his career.
Yeah.
For you, but now you're rockier than ever.
I think also too, like what's confusing about that whole thing is like by the way that it looked like the reason he did what he did was because of like her reaction.
Yes.
And so I think that's what's confusing because it's like I understand her being like embarrassed or like what the fuck was that and like angry and like all of this stuff. But at the same time, it's a little confusing. Like I don't really get it. Like I don't understand. Like I think he also just had a breaking point and was like mentally not in a good place right then, but also like I'm confused about their relationship, and I also think it's like this is showing that all of this like fucking shit that has keeps coming up between the two of them is like so not what we really see. Like we have no idea what the fuck's going on.
No, exactly. So there's a lot more to this too. So basically there's a source that says that they've been having problems for years, and like right now they're barely even talking. Like it's completely like, basically separate marriages. And that he was saying that if the divorce would happen, it's going to be a really ugly divorce considering Smith has a fortune of $350 million. And under California law, she's entitled to it. So that's crazy.
Entitled to what? Did they not sign a prenup?
I mean, maybe not because
why? Literally
because okay, so listen, so basically I guess Will, when he got married to Jada, and to this day it says that divorce is an option because he's been divorced before and he like refuses to be divorced again. So maybe that was like his commitment to himself to be like, we will never get divorced. But on the flip side, Jada has revealed multiple times and even before she married Will that she didn't even want to marry him.
So the whole foundation of this marriage was just like not on the same page.
No.
Okay, but also like here's my thing about famous people.
Mm-hmm.
If you both come in, here's the difference between when you should and when a prenup's not really necessary. If you're both entering into a relationship with no money, obviously there's no need for a prenup at the time. Like, because they're like, that does put like a weird strain on your relationship regardless, because it is kind of weird because it's like, in case we get a divorce.
You don't trust me. Yeah. Like, you don't love me.
Yeah,
or whatever,
so it's like a weird thing. But as two people in the public eye making millions and millions of dollars every year, it makes no sense for anybody to not have a prenup in place. Regardless of how much you love each other, it's like just a security thing for your assets. Like, I don't get it.
Well, even I'm also saying too, like, they both have businesses. Like, their name is a business.
Exactly.
So it's like, it's not even about their money that they just already have in the bank.
It's like the ownership
like,
of
like you literally, like, she owns this TV show called Red Table Talk. Mm-hmm. He is fucking Will Smith. I'm sure they have brands and other stuff we don't even know about or I'm not educated on. And now you marry, like, it doesn't matter. Like, that, all of that's now one. Right. So like that's what's fucked, right? Yeah. So it's like,
and also all of your kids are adults, so like that's not going to be part of it.
Yeah.
So like that's also another reason, like, you should have a prenuptial agreement because
Right.
it's like she's not going to be
But
getting
even-
alimony or any of
But
that
my other
stuff.
thing is from her side too. Like, why would she have not wanted a prenup when maybe because he had more money than her or has more money than her? Because like if she's coming into this marriage being like, I don't even really want to marry you.
Yeah.
Why would you not want a prenup just to protect yourself? But I mean, if
exactly.
he has more, then she's
Yeah.
still not at a loss.
She's, like, the only thing that is to happen is a financial gain on her end.
genuinely.
You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. So
Because
like,
there's no way that she's worth even close to what he's worth.
no, because literally their source says that his fortune is upwards of $350 million. I can't even imagine.
In assets? Or
I don't know.
As, like,
It just
his
says
money.
fortune. His
Okay.
literally the word that was used was fortune.
Okay, so yeah, it's like, who knows what that really means.
Yeah.
But, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm sure hers is probably close
Not
to, like,
that.
50.
But regardless, like,
Yeah.
that's literally insane. I literally heard that number and I was like, I can't imagine
No, I can't even conceptualize, like,
$1 million for
well,
myself.
it was what Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion.
For what? For why? Like,
But, like, at the same time, like, the amount of money that actually, because in our heads we're like 44, like,
Yeah.
we just think, when we think billion, we're like, what does that mean?
because we literally don't even know.
No.
We can't fathom what that
No,
means.
exactly. Like, it's so much money. And the fact that he was just like, yeah, I'll just buy Twitter.
How do you even have that much money? Like, that isn't,
I don't
like,
know.
That's a whole other level.
Somebody said something and it was like, how about instead of spending $44 million to buy Twitter, you do something to help our planet or something like that? And some girl made a video and was like, he literally has an electric car company.
I saw a TikTok where it was like, I'm convinced that Elon Musk bought Twitter to permanently erase us from the internet, and it was like a weird video of him like dancing outside of a restaurant.
Did you see the tweet? And it was like, I'm convinced Elon Musk bought Twitter to get rid of all of the accounts that have anime pictures as their profile pictures. It's like to delete all
Dude,
those accounts.
honestly, there's so much. It's so funny. But yeah, basically last thing to note also too about like the whole like Jada Smith, Will Smith divorce, whatever.
Yeah, whatever he's even going
is
on.
that Will has like publicly said multiple times that he's really uncomfortable with how much Jada shares about their relationship, like through her show and everything else. And that like,
It's so, have you watched that show?
no, I haven't, but I've seen clips, like the
Okay.
clips of it, but I've never sat down and watched
I've
it.
watched a couple of episodes and it's really weird. Like, there's a few episodes where it's like Willow will be in them too, because it's like Jada's mom, Jada, and then Willow comes on from time to time. And there was an episode with all three of them plus Will, and they were talking about like weird shit that you don't talk about in front of your kid, especially like as it's recorded. And like
And like
the
publicly,
way their
yeah.
family communicates is so weird. Like, imagine sitting at like the dinner table with your parents and they're just talking about like sex with you and like marital issues and all this stuff, and you're just kind of sitting there like, yeah, that's, and then like it's so strange. Like, the way that they communicate is really fucking weird.
I haven't watched it, but yeah, I mean, to that point though, like he has an image to uphold, and like, I mean, look at Johnny Depp now, right? Like, this situation looks like this is headed that direction.
Well, and Will Smith like fucked his whole career by that. I mean, and also the saddest part about all of it is like that was his first Oscar ever.
And she took that like moment away,
And it's
essentially.
his last. You know what I mean? Like, because of that decision that he made in a split second, which was probably due to years and years and years of this toxic,
of their trauma,
their toxic relationship. And it's like, I mean, your career's over.
I genuinely just think like regardless, it's a fucked situation. I mean, through the whole thing, but
Yeah.
even like I'm just solely saying like how public she does make like their information.
No,
like,
it's
why do
so-
I know so much about their relationship?
It's so weird.
Because like that to me just shows like you have no respect for him, your family, or anything. And like
If that's something that he's communicated, like, I don't want this out there.
exactly, but also
it's-
still like even for this, like this isn't even at that magnitude. And I don't think that I could sit here if I had a partner and just like share every detail of our relationship on social media, like,
and your kids and
because
your
like
parents
I
and,
just
like,
feel like regardless, it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
that's like on Facebook, that's why like literally social media is deemed to be like a lie, because
Yeah.
you only show the good parts of yourself on
Right.
there. And I mean, kudos to her, I guess, for trying to show like the good and the bad. I guess if
Yeah.
there is like good in that, but also at the same time it's like That, like, there's some parts of your relationship that should be private.
Exactly. And the weirdest part about all of it, it's like sharing because like it helps you get more views and it helps you make more money and all that stuff. And it's like, also, at what point is that not fucking worth it?
Where's the cost though? Because like, are you sharing for money purposes, or are you sharing because that's your therapy? Maybe just go see a therapist. But like, it's so weird. Camera. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't think that would be comfortable with like my significant other just going on like their platform and just saying the shit that she does.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's out of pocket, but I will say like when Will has been on the show and stuff, he's also acting, so it's like hard because it's like
and
like
it might
double-edged
just be who they
sword.
are.
Like,
I don't know.
Like now he's saying like, oh, you know, like I don't like that it's so public, but also he does the same type of shit, so it's confusing. And I think like at the end of the day, like this is one of those situations similar to like the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing where it's like we don't know what the fuck's going on behind closed doors, but we do see a lot of it in fucking real life.
Bad. Yeah, like honestly this is not a relationship that like I would ever look up to and be like I want to be like them. Never. Which
is crazy because for the longest time people did. Like Jada and Will Love, like, you know, there's like in
back
so
in
many,
the day.
Yeah, in so many songs people reference like I want that real love that Jada and that Will love. Like people use shit like that all the time in pop culture, and now it's like, oh no, never mind.
But it really just goes to show like
you don't know
a person always, but also it's like if somebody at their stature has these things, and like, I mean, everyone in regular life also has these things, which might be great for a lot of people to relate to, but it's also like, I don't know.
It's tough.
That's tough. But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more coming out about that because their sources say they're barely speaking right now.
I can't imagine this divorce in the media. Like, it's going to be crazy. Like, Kanye and Kim's thing's crazy, but this is going to be, like, really weird.
Well, yeah, especially because, like, honestly, Kanye, even though he was out of pocket for a lot of things, he never was, like, very personable about the things he was out of pocket about. Right? He was just, like, honestly was saying stuff that we kind of already knew. Just, like, was confirming it.
Yeah.
The most out of pocket thing, I guess, would be like when he didn't get invited to his daughter's birthday party. Like that was probably the most like, I mean, like out of like personal thing that he like shared. But this, like, she already does this.
Right. It's really
so it's
weird.
about to get messy.
Yeah.
Like not even financially, just like tit for tat kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's all I got for this monthly mayhem.
Yeah. Same.
I mean, that's all.
It's a lot of relationship drama, it seems
I know. And listen, us two single girls over here ain't got a problem.
Exactly.
The only problem we got is we got no problem with it.
Yeah, the only problem I got is a year ago I was getting sent vibrators, and today I am
drier than shit.
Not getting much action. Not getting much action nowadays.
Literally got ghosted.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Boo.
So boo. All right. Well, that is it for this month's Monthly Mayhem. We thank you guys for joining us for this one. It was a little bit different than before, but more relaxed, more fun, more us.
More poop in the bed talk.
Yeah, more us. Let's be real. Like this conversation is actually how it would have happened downstairs.
Right.
In my house or at Emily's house. Like this would just been like normal talk. So
definitely
love it. But anyway, that's another episode of Society 97. I'm Kellen. You can find me at Kellen Redk on Instagram.
And I'm Emily. You can find me on Instagram at Starnsy. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We are at Society97.pod. We are on TikTok as well. We are at Society97pod on TikTok.
Absolutely. Make sure you also go subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have videos that come out every single Tuesday. We honestly do random stuff. Sometimes it's react videos, sometimes it's vlogs, whatever we're feeling that week. You know, mukbangs here, there. We don't even know. And then every single Friday is the video version of the podcast. So make sure you check that out as well.
Yep.
But all right. We'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.